Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys? So happy to be with you today. It is Thursday, the 12th of June. Can you believe that June is almost halfway over? This year is almost halfway over. How did it happen? I don't even understand how time goes so fast. But speaking of that, we have lots of announcements, lots of fun. I'm still looking for more participants for game night, so please join us for game night. If you've never tried it, you can win free prizes, free Stampin' Up product, and who doesn't love that? You also get a 4-card class. So please think about it, and if you have questions, reach out to me. I am going to talk about it in a little bit, but it was just on my mind as I started this video. So let's start with the sale. So, buy one, get one half off. So until the 30th of June. So we still have a couple weeks left. And I think it's going really well because Stampin' Up is taking a long time to ship everything. So they must have a bunch of orders, which is great. And yeah, so get on board so that you can get your sweet products. And actually one of the paper that I'm using today is part of that promotion, so you can buy one and get another pack of a sweet paper for half off. So go to my online store and get shopping, guys. All right, that's enough about the special. If you have any questions though, you can always reach out to me. You can send me an email at Kelly, Kelli, at inkyhandswarmhearts.com. That my website is always up here, and it's Kelly with an I at the end, Kelli, not Y. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. Let's talk about Paper Pumpkin. We have a new Paper Pumpkin kit for June, and it is for July, and it is super cute. Look how cute it is. I'm super excited about it, and I think it's going to be really fun. First of all, I love strawberries. Like, I can't get enough of them. So bring it on. I love that it's a special box. I love that the box is plaid, because if you guys don't know this about me, I love checks, ginghams, plaids, all the kind of textures. I just love that stuff. So right up my alley. You can subscribe from the 11th of June until July 10th. It's called Sweeter With You. And you can craft some handmade cards featuring sun-kissed strawberries and breezy gingham. Yay for gingham, yay for strawberries. You're going to get 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs, 8 coordinating envelopes. I can't wait to see what those look like, because I think they're going to be super cute. Pre-cut paper pieces, vellum accents, hand-painted card-based designs, and the coordinating colors this month are Garden Green, which is the spot, Granny Apple Green. I wish they had made that the spot, because I would have loved that, but they didn't. It's Garden Green. But Granny Apple Green is going to be on there. Pool Party, Poppy Parade, Strawberry Slush, and Timid Tiger. So I think it's going to be super cute, guys. Don't miss out on this really fun opportunity to get this cute Paper Pumpkin kit. I have upped mine to 2 because I absolutely think I need 2 of these because they're going to be so cute. And by the way, speaking of 2, I always have extra kits to sell. So if you're interested in Paper Pumpkin kits, past kits, I do have them available. I am in the process of adding them to my retired product store, and I have not had a chance. I've just been so busy. So just if you're looking for a particular Paper Pumpkin kit, please inquire, and I would be happy to let you know if I have it. They're all organized in a box. I just haven't had a chance to take photographs of them and put them up on my website. But anyway, so yeah, Paper Pumpkin, don't miss out. Oh yeah, and because it's a new quarter, July is the start of a new quarter, we have a new set of coordinating add-ons. So this set of add-ons I think is going to be super cute. You get this cute little flower, this cute little leaf, another flower, and it's a 2-step. So you have a little, it's actually not the flower, I think it's the top of the strawberry, the greenery from the strawberry, but it has a little die that fits inside and does these cute little lines on it. And then the strawberry, which is this piece here, also has an insert that you put inside, and it has these cute little holes on it. And then you die cut the two together, and it'll cut out a little strawberry with all the little seed holes cut out. But then you can take the same piece and add this cap to it, which is another die cut, and it could be an acorn. And this circle's not just any circle, it's a little stitch circle, which I think is so cute, or a pierced circle. So check it out. I think it's super cute. Get the new add-on. Only Paper Pumpkin subscribers can get that. So if you're not a subscriber, this is the perfect month to subscribe. You can go to my website, inkyhandswarmhearts.com, and look for shop and Paper Pumpkin and sign up. All right, let's talk about the kits. The kits that are really cute. Oh, and by the way, if you are new and you are joining us for the first time, please say hi, because we want to welcome you and make you feel part of our group. I have such an amazing group, and they are very welcoming, and we would love you to be part of us. So please join us every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I can't wait to say hi to you in the chat. So if you are watching on the replay and you don't care about all these announcements, just hit that fast forward button and move all the way past them and start with the projects. That's quite okay. You're not going to offend me. But my people that watch live like the announcements because it gives them ideas and it helps them know what's out there and what's available to purchase. So I'm going to continue doing them, but you're more than welcome to watch on the replay and pass all of this talking. So the Pop-Up Pals is a really cute kit. It's 4-card kit. Every one is different, and they actually pop up when you open the card. So if you are wondering, how do they do that? This is the perfect kit to purchase so that you can learn how to make pop-ups. There's actually a pop-up in my card class that I'm doing this month with the notes and totes. So I will teach you how to do it in that class. So if you're interested, let me know. Make a Memory scrapbooking kit is our other kit for the month of June, and it is $36, and it makes 3 two-page spreads, so 6 pages, 6 scrapbook pages, and it comes with all of the ephemera elements and everything that you need to put those together. So I think it's going to be a super, super cute kit. If you're a scrapbooker, grab this kit. And then I'm going to go over last month's kits just because they're so cute and I don't want to put them away. So Share a Smile kit, which I have said this a million times, get this kit. It is so adorable, and it is a great way to make somebody's day. You're out and about and you can hand one of these cards to somebody and just make them smile. That's what life is about, and you never know when you can affect somebody in a positive way just by handing them a card. They may be having the worst day and you are led to give them a card, and you just turn their whole day around. So be the light in the world and pass out some cards, guys. All right, Beautiful Blues kit, which is exactly what it says, blue and beautiful. And if you missed this one, this is a stamping kit. It's $23, 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. Card Fiesta is coming up next Saturday, so not in 2 days, but in 9 days. And I hope that you can come if you're local. You just need to reach out to me, let me know that you're going to attend. If you're in the chat now and you know that you're coming to Card Fiesta, please let me know. I don't have anybody written down, so I'm not sure who's coming. So let me know who's coming to Card Fiesta so I can get everything set up and we can have a really great time. The way Card Fiesta works is we go to a Mexican restaurant twice a month. We eat there. They give us a discount on our food because I brought you guys in there, so they discount our food. And we eat from 12 o'clock to 12:30, and then we start making cards at 12:30 until 3:30. And you can come and make 1 card, or you can come and make 3 cards, or you can come and make 12 cards. It's as many as you can make in the time frame we're there for 3 hours. Feel free to come. And like I said, there's no commitment. You don't have to stay the whole 3 hours. You can just come and make 1 card and go. But it is a really fun way to get together with others and, you know, share the fun of making cards with other people who like to do that. All right, I'm going to talk about the Inky Hands crew because this is near and dear to my heart. My crew is a group of ladies who have chosen to join a membership on my website. So if you go to my website and you go to shop, there's, if you go to the the menu on the website, there's a section that says membership. If you go there, all the information about how it works is located there. But in a nutshell, you get 6 projects designed for you every month with 1 bundle, 1 stamp set, or 1 suite. I pick something every month. I designed 6 projects. You get 6 videos exclusive for you only. They're only available for the members. Nobody else gets these videos or these projects. And you will get all the dimensions for the projects in the description of the video. And then you can purchase the suite if you want to. If you already have it, you can put it together, or you can grab something in your stash and make the exact same cards, exact same gift boxes, exact same home decor. It depends on what I use for the month, but you can make the exact same projects with something that's in your stash. So you don't necessarily have to purchase anything, but if you're somebody that comes and watches my videos and uses my ideas, this is a business for me, and I would greatly appreciate it if you chose to join the membership. It is really the best way for you to say thank you to me. It's a very low price point at $8 every month, and I would appreciate the support. So if you spend the $8, you're going to get something back from me. You're going to get 6 projects every month designed especially for you, sent right to your inbox, where you can save them, watch them as many times as you want, bring them back up for when you have a special occasion that fits exactly what I've shown. And I really do appreciate my Inky Hands crew, because they are my big supporters, the ones that choose to support me and help me continue to bring these videos to you, because without the support of others, even though the YouTube platform is not a cost platform, it does cost to make these videos. It costs in product, it costs in time, and I would greatly appreciate your support. So please join the Inky Hands crew if you have not. And girls in the chat, let them know what you love about the crew. I would greatly appreciate that. Okay, game night is coming up. It's on the 26th of June, so I can't wait to have you guys join. If you have not registered yet, please register, because I'm still looking for a few more people in order for it to be a go. If I don't get enough, then I can't provide the prizes, because I'm not going to break even, and I really, really need the support. So I would love it if you would register for game night. Because last month we had a good registration. I was able to give a lot of full bundles. I'm not sure if I will be able to this month if I don't have the support. So just please join a game night and let me know if you can do it. It's really, really easy and quite fun. There is information on my website about it, but we play a game of lucky numbers. So you'll pick 5 numbers from 1 to 31. And when your number is chosen, you will type in the chat that you have one of your numbers until you get all 5 numbers. Once you get your 5 numbers chosen, then you will type the word lucky in the chat, and you will be the winner of the lucky number if you're the first winner. And it's really quite simple and quite easy. I make a card and then we play a game, and then I make a card and we play a game. And not only do you get the prizes if you win, but you get the 4-card class. So it's quite a fun event, and I hope that you guys will join us for game night. I still have this up here. I don't know. I need to take it down. But at the end of the month, on the 27th and 28th, we have our stamp camp. And if you've never done stamp camp with me, please join, because it is so much fun. It's mostly a group of hobby demonstrators that come and take the classes from us. It's 13 international women from all over the world: the Netherlands, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and the US, and we all work on our cards. You'll get 13 bonus projects, as well as 13 projects cut for you and mailed to your home, and all you have to do is purchase product from my store. So if you already have this entire suite of celebratory sips, then it's a really easy way for you to get into the stamp camp. So just reach out to me if you're interested. I have closed registration, but a couple people said they wanted to at the last minute, so it's really up to you. But that will not be there at the next live, because I have got to start cutting for this class. All right, and also the same group that does that, we do a tutorial bundle every month, and this month's is masculine cards. So on Wednesday of next week, you'll be able to see our bonus projects, and I hope that you will purchase the PDF from me for the actual projects that are in the PDF. So we give 13 bonus projects every month, and you also get the PDF with the directions for the projects, not the bonus projects, for additional projects. So I hope you'll try and join us. There's still availability in the virtual album retreat from Stampin' Up. All you have to do is purchase the album retreat kit. And if you purchase this kit, you will get access to the event. And you will make 12 different scrapbook layouts. So 24 total pages. And all of the things are cut for you from start to finish. It is held virtually July 16th through the 18th, but you don't have to actually attend. It will be available on the replay. So if that time frame doesn't fit with you, or you just want to fit in the time when you have time to do it, you could do it that way. I would appreciate it if you purchased it from me. And like I said, it's still available. You just go to my online store and look for Virtual Album Retreat and you're in. One last thing, I do have tutorials available on my website under Retired Product Store and Tutorials. And you can purchase my paper piecing patterns or my Easter patterns or my tutorial bundles that are available there. So just head on over there and you can help support me. Thanks to everybody who does support me on a monthly basis. I greatly appreciate you guys. All right, so this past Tuesday, we started our Let's Play with Squares, all about squares video, and tonight we're having another one. So I have 4 more cards for you, and I'm going to start on them one at a time. We're using the Cheers and Sips bundle with the Celebratory Sips paper, and I've added the circles, the stylish shapes dies as part of this that I've been using. So if you have the stylish shapes and you have the Cheers and Sips bundle and the Celebratory Sips paper, you're golden. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start on this card, and I am going to teach you how to use your squares in a completely different way. So I'm going to grab my card base and score it. Just like last time, all of our measurements are the same. So all of our card bases are 5.5 by 8.5, and all of our top layers are 4 inches by 5.25, and all of our inside layers are 4 inches by 5.25. So you shouldn't need any more assistance than that. And we will get started. So I'm just gonna burnish my card base that I just scored. And this is going to be the base, as you can see here. So I decided this time we were going to use a light pink, which is bubble bath background for the top of our card. So this is what we're going to be working on, and then our white piece is going to be the inside. So I'm going to set these to the side. We're going to have a few squares that are being used here. So I will go over the information in a second. So to make this project, you need 9 squares. And we are going to mark our base here. So you will need a pencil and a ruler. And what you want to do is you want to come across the long length of your card. And half of 5.25 is 2 5/8. So that's 1/8 past the halfway mark. So I'm just going to mark there, and then I'm just going to bring the ruler down. And I'm going to mark again at 2 5/8. And then I'm going to connect my pencil marks and draw my line. And then I'm going to do the 2-inch mark because half of 4 is 2 inches. So I'm going to mark 2 inches, and I'm going to mark 2 inches down at the bottom of the card. And again, we are going to connect our pencil lines and just use a light hand, a pencil that erases well. And we're going to mark our 2-inch line. So now we have the center of our card, okay? And you need 3 pieces that are going to be on center, and I chose this floral print. And then I chose some of the others for our accent pieces. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to put your first square, which again, these are strips that are 1 1/4 inch long, and you are cutting them down into 1 1/4 by 1 1/4 inch squares. And so we're going to start gluing those down, and we're going to start first with the center because those pencil lines are going to be pivotal in helping us to adhere our pieces, because you're going to put this point on that line, that point on this line, and this point on this line. And when all the points are on the line, you have your first piece nice and square. All right, so first one down. Okay. Ta-da! Okay, now the next part that's a little easier is that we are going to add our we're going to butt this one up to the side and the top over here, because that is the easiest way to do it. So this is the order that you need to go in. Number 1, this is square number 2. Okay, so square number 2. Now we're going to do square number 3. And square number 3 is going to be this black square. We're going to put that one right there. So we're just working our way through until we have our 9 squares. So I'm going to turn this one, and I'm going to butt this up right along the edge of that one and place my square down. And I'm telling you, if you do it in the order that I'm doing it right now, you won't have any problems. Okay, so now we're going to lay our next square on the line. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our square glued. So we have 3 down. This one's number 4. And we're laying it right up against that orange square, making sure it's straight and lined up properly with the edge of the square. So there is that one. So that one's number 4. And now we're going to do number 5. And number 5 is going to be next to the black. So we're going to line this square up with the edge, and it will go right there. All right, you following me so far? See how easy it's coming together? Okay, now number 6, we're going to do opposite. So these are going to be opposite of each other. So I'm going to put number 6 next. And this one's going to nestle right in this point here, and it lines up just so easily because it has the other 2 edges to, and this one's next, number 7. Number 7. Oh, I dropped it, got glue on my mat, which I do not like to do, but it happens. All right, I'm gonna add our little black square and make sure it's butted up and even with all of these edges. There we go. So that's number 7. So now 8 and 9, I'm gonna show you how to do those. Now you could leave it just like this if you wanted to and place it on your card. And you can just have this layout, okay? But if you want to complete the edge like I did here, you're going to add 2 more squares. So the first thing we want to do is trim those squares, okay? So I'm gonna bring in my trimmer and I'm gonna lay my my square on the diagonal here and line up my points carefully. And I'm gonna drop this and I'm gonna plunge into the middle and go one way and the other. So there's that one. We're gonna do one more. So we're gonna lay it up against that piece and be real careful. Remember, plunge. And you don't want to go from the edge because you'll hurt the points of your triangles. Okay, so we have a little bit of triangling happening here. Remember, like last week we did triangles. So now we're going to glue our last two squares on. So these two will go here like that. And like that. And the other two will go on this side like that. And you may have to adjust these slightly based on how well you are good at putting your straight line in there. So before you put any glue on them, I recommend that you go ahead and add your pieces and make sure that they fit here nicely and that you won't have to trim anything. So there's mine. I'm going to go ahead and lift them one at a time and put the glue in place. I'm going to grab my tweezers because these are even smaller than the squares and I don't want to get glue on my hands. All right, so there is that one. And you want to put it right up to the edge. If it hangs out, it's okay. You can adjust. And like I said, nobody's perfect, so you're gonna end up having some overhang or a little bit short, and it's okay. We'll fix it. I'll show you how to fix it in a second. So we're gonna go ahead. The most important thing is that you line up the squares evenly with the edges of your card. All right, so we're gonna add this one right here, and it's straight here and straight there. Okay, and our last one. Put our corner against our corner and our edge against our edge, and there we go. So there is our beautiful squares, and we're gonna go ahead and erase our pencil line. We don't need that anymore. That's why I'm saying use a light pencil, one that you know will erase really easily, so that you can erase your pencil marks. All right, so now we're going to adjust. You can see I have some pieces sticking off a little bit here and here. So you're just gonna grab your scissors and you're just gonna run it right along the edge and make sure that all of your pieces are completely even. You know, we're not perfect when we measure. We're not perfect when we try and cut. So we just do the best we can and fix as we go. So that's all we had to trim off of that one. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and attach this base on to our Blackberry Bliss. Not Blackberry Bliss, Berry Burst. Blackberry Bliss is darker. Berry Burst. So let's put that right there and even that up nicely. And there is our piece. And I have fussy cut already a glass from the DSP, and we're gonna add 2 little pink flowers. And then we're gonna stamp the words cheers, let's celebrate. And on the inside here, we're gonna stamp an orange and a grapefruit. So We're using these two colors. So fun. So let's glue, getting ahead of myself. Let's glue these little flowers to our cup. Okay. Tweezers. I think these little flowers that are on this pattern paper are so pretty to add to your drinks. I think they just add to the tropical feel, right? And now we're gonna go ahead and stamp our words. We're gonna put cheers and let's celebrate. So the cheers is in Berry Burst. I'm actually gonna pull this down so that I can see what I'm stamping here. Right there. There's our cheers. We're done with Berry Burst. We're just gonna use our pecan pie, which you can use Timid Tiger also, but I just had pecan pie out, so I'm just gonna continue with that. And we're gonna put Let's Celebrate right underneath there. So I'm just gonna line that up as best I can. And there's my cheers, let's celebrate. All right, and then I'm gonna leave this open because on our piece here, we're gonna stamp, let me clean my little words. We're gonna use the little orange, lime, lemon, grapefruit slice, citrus slice. And we're gonna first grab the orange, and then I have to clean, of course. And now we're gonna do strawberry slush, and it'll look like a red, ruby red grapefruit. So there is that. So cute. Let's clean this and then we'll finish our card. Card number 1 is almost in bed. All right, the first thing I'm gonna do is glue this down because it will be quick. Put this on the inside of our card. So pretty. All right, now for the outside, we're going to attach that cheers right to this cup, and then I'm gonna add some dimensionals onto the back. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little bit of glue there. And I like to bring it down to the end, to the edge, so that I know it's straight. Like that. All right, we're gonna flip it over, pull out our dimensionals. So I'm just gonna use up these edges so then we can start with a regular pack. When these are gone, we should be able to finish them during this live, and then I can open a new pack, a new page, I mean. And I'm just gonna trim these pieces here. All right. For those of you who are counting, count away. Do they really count like dimensionals since they're pieced? I don't know. You guys decide. Let's get our little pinch bowl out to catch all our backings. All right, so there is all the backs off of our little glass. And I'm just gonna put it right here and center it on that piece. I think it's so cute. Cheers, let's celebrate. And there are your little fruit pieces. Let's add our embellishments. So we're using the holographic dots, I think they're called. Yeah, holographic resin dots. So let's add a couple of these. Oh, I think I pulled off. I didn't grab the adhesive with it. Let's try that again. There we go. I need the adhesive or it's not going to stay in place. I'm going to add that one on that black piece because I think it shows up really well. What do you guys think? So cute. And I'm going to leave these out of the package because we're going to be using them a lot today. All right. So our first card is complete. What do you guys think of this use of the 1 1/4 inch squares? Pretty cute, right? Let's move on to our next project. So our next project is just a little grouping of some squares. And again, I am going to tell you that all of the dimensions are the same for all the cards. So I just have my inside piece. I need to grab my board, score, so I can burnish. Beautiful. Okay, so the inside of this one has some strawberries. So let's just stamp that, get it out of the way. We'll do all the stamping first, then we'll add our others. So we're gonna stamp a strawberry, another one, and one laying on its side. There we go. So cute. Oh, we still need this for the cheers, but let me get my cleaner. Isn't that strawberry so cute? There's so many cute fruits in here. So this is our stylish shapes, and it is the third largest stylish shape. We're gonna turn it like a diamond, and we're gonna stamp the word cheers right in the center. Okay, and then we're gonna stamp let's celebrate all over on all the edges. So I'm gonna grab Old Olive for that one, and let's bring this down a little closer to me so I can see what I'm doing. So what you want to do is ink that up and then just stamp it centered as best you can on the edge of all 4 sides of your square. I just thought that would be fun to just add a little interest. So now we have that stamped. Now the hard part, right? No, I'm only kidding. Now's the easiest part ever, where you just tumble a couple of these squares down the length of your piece. I'm going to move this to the side. I have my 5 squares here, or 6. I don't know how many I have. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I'm using 5 today. Let's add this to the inside. And that way we can get it out of the way. And then we'll start gluing our squares right onto the front. I really love this strawberry slush color. I'm quite happy that it came back because it is so pretty. All right, so back to what we're doing. So we're gonna lay them how we want them to look, okay? So we're just gonna lay them down, and then we're gonna place our pieces how we want them to be. So I'm gonna put this one down here like this, and then I'm just gonna slide these down a little more. And we want them about the same distance from the edge. So maybe that one can go this way, and then this one can toggle this way. I want this one to be kind of hanging off. Yes, I'm quite happy with that. What do you guys think? So let's glue one at a time. I have to slide that one in, and part of it is hanging off the edge, so hopefully it will dry. Gonna do that one like that. Then I have to glue, oops, this one next. under here ish. There's that one. So now we're gonna glue this one over those two that I've already glued. But see guys, just 5 cute little squares toggled back and forth. How cute is this? I think it's so cute. There we go. And I'm gonna have hang this one. Whoops, goodness gracious, I'm getting wild with this glue. I'm gonna hang this one off the edge, so I just don't want to make sure that I don't put glue there. So this one's kind of diamond-like ish, and then we're gonna glue this one over the top of those two. And then all we have to do is add our cute little sentiment. Isn't this so fun? I think it's so much fun. All right, so I'm gonna trim off the edge. So I'm gonna open the card here. And I'm gonna trim the extra piece. And let's trim this extra piece. All right, so not too much excess. Look how cute that is. But really, when it comes together is when you add the sentiment and the embellishments. So let's see if we can finish up my piece here. Let's put one of these in the middle. And then I'm gonna cut these edge pieces, 2, 3, 4. Let's put them on the corners. I don't know if that's enough. I'm probably gonna put more. If you guys know me, you know I'm probably gonna put more. So I'm just gonna cut some small pieces and fill in those sides so that they have really good support. Only a little bit left now. We can finish it on our next card. All right, let's pull the backs off and add our sentiment. So card number 2, whoops, this one flipped on me. And when that happens, those other sides of these dimensional backings are very, they don't react well with the sticky. They stay stuck to them, they don't come up. All right, so there we go. And let's add our sentiment on a diagonal like this, on an angle. And we'll add it right centered with the middle square. So cute. You could always add a base of another color and then toggle your pieces on the base if you wanted. I just wanted to show you without the base. You could also corner around some of these pieces like we did yesterday. There's lots and lots of options. Don't miss out on the fun. Let's add our baby. See how cute this card is? Adorable. All right, number 2 in the books. All right, let's see what is next. Card number 3. Here we go. Of course, we're gonna have to score again because I never remember to score before we start class. All right, so this time we have a piece of Timid Tiger. Move these ink pads away. Score at 4 1/4. Varnish. All right, so for this card, oh, I forgot to show it to you. This one, we're gonna use some longer pieces of the 1 1/4 inch strips. So I'm gonna teach you how to make this. This is 2 3/8 of an inch. So we're using 4 pieces that are 2 3/8 of an inch. And then of course, 4 pieces that are 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. So these are 1 1/4 by 2 3/8. And then this is 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. Okay, so let's get started. So I have my little pieces here. I'm gonna move this out of the way and put the inside piece with it. And we're gonna start laying out our pieces. So the first piece is gonna go in this corner here. And then we're gonna add our square. And you can see it's a little bit wider edge, but you actually need from top to bottom to be kind of thin. And I'll show you that in a minute as we lay these out. You're gonna leave a very thin border there. And then we're gonna add this one here. And you wanna lay them out so that you have the way you exactly want it to be before you start gluing your pieces, okay? I'm gonna move this one up right there. And then you'll see here, I'm gonna have to slide these up slightly because we're right on the edge. So I have to move them up just a little hair more. There's just a smidge in between them. There we go. But the outside edges are a little longer. All right, so there's our pieces. So you can just start gluing. So I'm just gonna bring one at a time. And I'm having so much fun with this paper. I think it is such a fun paper pack. And I hope that you will try your hand at this cute idea. Use some of the cardstock, not cardstock, some of the DSP that you have been hoarding. Make sure that all of the pieces coordinate together and go for it. Because this paper pack is amazing. All the colors look great with each other. And you can continue to do that with all of the paper packs that you have on hand. If you have good paper packs that all coordinate with each other, you can make these fun cards as well. Oh my goodness, I should have used a tweezer because this is stuck to my fingers. Woo! Glue everywhere. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there good, guys. Let me move this one down slightly. There we go. Aren't these the funnest? And you can make so many cards so quickly with, and especially if you have a paper pack that you're like, oh, it's so beautiful, I don't want to cut it up. But when you do things like this with it, you're going to be so happy that you took the chance and made some really beautiful cards with all that paper you were hoarding. All right, let's see. Put this one in place, and then we'll do our last one. And on this one, we're putting in our iced tea, I think is what that is, in that cup. It's so cute, though. There's that one, and one more. Our cute little purple flower. All right, so there is our background. We're gonna attach this onto our timid tiger. And I don't remember what I put on the inside, so I'm gonna give it a little peek. Okay, some cherries. 3 strawberry slush cherries. So let's get to Stampin'. I gotta find them. And it looks like we are gonna use the word cheers and then to you, and that's also gonna be strawberry slush. So let's move them over. I have to grab the stamp that has the cherries. Where's the cherries? we want, here we go. Same color. There's our cherries. That's ready to go on the inside. Let's stamp the words "to you" in pumpkin pie. I gotta find that. Close our strawberry slush. Get our pumpkin pie. To you. All right, let's see if I can bring this down so I can see a little better. Cheers to you. All right, guys, this is our third card. We're moving right along, and I hope that you've been enjoying these really fun square ideas. All right, so I'm gonna flip the flowers over. We're gonna add those to our iced tea. I think it might be iced tea mixed with lemonade, who knows? I like to imagine what the drinks are and have fun with it. So I'm just gonna add the large flower first, and then I'm gonna put the little one. See how pretty these flowers look with the drinks? They just look so pretty. And then again, I'm gonna bring my drink to the bottom here, and I'm gonna put glue on my cheers, and then I'm gonna slip it in there behind the drink, just like I did with the last one. And we want it right about there. And it's very important that it be straight, right? So let's flip it over and add let's finish up our edge pieces, and we can start using some of the regular pieces. All right, trash. Looking good to me. All right, let's glue our cherry inside, and then we'll pull out the pinch bowl and put our sentiment and our focal image on the front. All right, let's get the pinch bowl out. And of course, we have to get our embellishments. So this is going to go centered right in the middle there of our card. So cute. All right, let's get our embellishments. Whatever strikes me is what I do with these guys. So don't judge. Whoops. Right here. Yeah, right there. All right, so there is those embellishments. One more card, guys. We're almost done. Look how cute card number 3 is. I can't believe that we're moving along so fast, but I'm proud of myself. Okay, here's our last card. And this is kind of an illusion. So it's really, really fun and very cool. And again, I'm going to have to score my base because I didn't do it. All right, there we go. See how much I use my scoreboard. I even use it for just one score. I just love it way better than the trimmer to score with. It gets you such beautiful deep score lines. You can't go wrong. Okay, so on this one, we're going to do, for the inside, we're gonna do the rosemary. So I just have to ink that up. We're gonna add 2 sprigs right there. And that's the inside. So that part's done. We are gonna stamp a small little, I'll show you in a second. This tiny little with strawberry slush. So let's get all the stamping out of the way, shall we? And then I'll show you how to do this pretty cool project. I'm gonna bring it down. I'm sorry if I'm out of camera. I can't see this as well as I could see the other ones. All right, let's celebrate. All right, I'm gonna put my inside. I'm gonna move that let's celebrate out of the way for right now. And then we'll get working on the outside illusion. So this is probably one of my favorite patterns from this thing, besides the Fussy Cut drink page, which I couldn't make that a background. I really love this floral. I think it's really pretty. And I love how tight it is. It's such a tight floral. So I decided to use it for this card. There we go. All right. And so the first thing is I cut a 2-inch by 5.5-inch strip, and we're gonna put this right on the edge of the card. So it's 2 inches by 5.5, and we're adding that to the front, left, right along the edge. So I'm just gonna line it up, put it right on the edge there, and I'm just gonna check it in a second to make sure nothing is either overhanging so that I don't need to trim, so I can slide it around. You do have that little bit of wiggle room, which I love. Okay, and I have a hair too long, so I will trim that so we don't see it when we open the card. It happens. This top side is good. All right, so let's get rid of that. And we're going to, bring out our squares. So for this, you only need 4 squares. I know, crazy, but look how cool that is. It's not the coolest. So you're gonna need 2 in the same pattern as your piece, whatever piece you pick for here. If you pick, the other floral or one of the darker colors, it's your choice, your cards, or if you have a different pattern that you're doing, and you need 2 in the same color as your base, okay? And the first thing we're gonna do is we are going to glue this piece of cardstock to our DSP. And it really looks like it was somehow cut out. It's such a cool illusion, but it was not. So I'm gonna bring this in, and I'm gonna slide it just a little bit higher than center, right about there. And you want it to be straight, so just do your best to make sure that the points are directly across from each other, and you have that little bit of wiggle room. So just play with that. Okay, so there's our first one, and then we're going to do the same with this one. Okay, and the most important part is that you make sure that your points are even, directly across from each other, so that you have a nice base. So 1 in the DSP and 1 in this color, okay? Now we're gonna trim these in half. So I have to get my paper trimmer out. And just how we cut the other ones in half, we're gonna cut this one. And remember, you're gonna start in plunge cut and do both sides. And let's do it with our cardstock. Come on. Here we go. And there are our other two pieces. Took a second, but not too long, right? All right, so now we're going to attach those onto our piece. So first we're going to add our triangle that is flowered, and we're going to add that, and you don't want it to stick out past this level, so you want it to move it in so it is just leaving a hair in between. And then you're going to take your other one and do the same. So this one should be right on that edge of the paper. So I'll start with the pink, and then you'll butt up the floral one right to it, okay? So there's that one. We're gonna have very narrow lines in between. And just make sure that that covers up your floral paper, and then you're going to slide this in place and add that one. See how easy that is? And we're going to do it again. All right, this one is a little too big. I don't know why, but it's okay. We're just going to slide it up and over. And if it overlaps, that's okay. We're gonna cover it with this triangle, okay? So no one will know, all right? Or you can take your scissor and run it right along the edge of that designer series paper. I'll show you how to do that just in case this is the option you want, but you can also cover it with your designer series paper for your last piece, okay? So there is that piece, and just want to make sure that I got all of the cardstock. I'm almost there. There we go. All right, so use your bone folder to push it back down in place, and then you're going to lay your floral piece right up against it, same way, right against that piece, just like that, okay? Let's put some glue on it, and then we can do that. You just have to make sure that your 1 1/4 inch squares are perfectly 1 1/4 inch. If they are, then you won't have to do that adjustment that I did. So just if you're really precise when you're cutting your squares, you won't have to do all of those shenanigans that I just had to do. All right, so there's that one. Just like that. So there's our illusion. Isn't that so cool? I love it. And then lastly, we are going to, this one had a had an orange, but I didn't have a duplicate of that cup. So we're gonna make our own with some florals, and we're gonna add our sentiment right across the middle. So I'm gonna do that one first. And then we're gonna add our little florals. So I'm gonna start with the largest one. We'll flip them over. We're gonna put glue. All right, so we're gonna start with the first one, which is the larger. Kind of make that look like the and then we're gonna put this little one right here, like a little cluster. And then I'm gonna take the blue one and add it here at the bottom, just for fun, okay? So we're going to add our dimensionals to the back, so let's get those out. I'm sure they're still counting. It's their pastime. It's what they like to do. They just like to poke good fun at me. All right. But as you can see, they do exactly what I do when I showed you Sherry's dimensionals. And for those of you who haven't watched video number 1, I'm going to show it to you again. Let me grab my phone in a second. So if you think I use a lot of dimensionals, you just wait until I show you a Sherry's. All right, so we're going to add this one right here. Look how cute this is. Oh my goodness, it's precious. I love the little florals. They're so perfect. And then let's just add our embellishments. Adorbs. And then a little one over here. Oh, I love this. So cute. Let's put this away and let me show you the picture that Mom told Sherry to send to me, because Mom said that Sherry should tell me that she's learned from the best. Let's look. I'm gonna find it. Okay, so here's the picture. So see, if you think I put a lot of dimensionals, there's Sherry's dimensionals. Let's not count them because it may take a while, but there it is. And Mom said to show this to the girls and tell them that I learned it from the best. That is what she sent me. So cute. So cute. All right. So I hope that you loved these cards. Let me put this away. I'm going to bring all the other ones in. So there's number 4, number 3, number 2, and number 1. Let me move these ink pads. So cute. And again, we used the Celebratory Sips bundle and the embossing folders and the gems. So I hope that you love this class. I keep saying embossing folders. Stylish Shapes dies. Oh my gosh. And the gems. I hope that you enjoyed watching and seeing all of the things that you can do with squares. And you will join me again for another live next Tuesday. I haven't decided if I'm doing circles or if I'm going to take a break and do a bundle and then go back to shapes. But I think this went over really well, and I hope that if you do want the other, please let me know in the chat or send me a message, and I would be happy to accommodate you guys. Thanks for being part of my lives every week. You mean so much to me. I appreciate you, and thank you so much. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!